to cancel culture, hookup culture, or victim culture?
Well, neither could we. We created this platform for those other girls. Girls like us who want to give a different perspective from a Christian and conservative worldview.
We talk about life, work, relationships, pop culture, and everything in between. So let's be those other girls that just don't talk about culture,
but change culture.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It has been way too long since we did the last episode, and way too long since we've had Isabel on. Way too long.
Thank you, darling.
I said it's been way too long.
It really has.
And I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad to have you back. A couple housekeeping before we catch up with Isabel. I want to go ahead and do the announcements now. First thing is you should absolutely get merch. As you can see, I'm wearing my Other Girls Barbie collection merch. It's so funny because all of these brands are now doing like collabs with Barbie, and I thought of this like months ago, way before they put theirs out. So. Yeah, just FYI, they're kind of copying me. If we're telling the story, they're copying me. So we have that, and we also have like this like tumbler cup thing. Thank you. And then also get our app. We're going to be doing some more discussion this episode. We'll be discussing a lot on the app. And I'm trying to think anything else. Oh, we're doing Jump for Change. So if you want to see myself, Freeman, Elise, Brooke, and I think 2 other people jumping rope, and you want to donate to us, it's going to be on the website, and we're going to have it linked everywhere. You can donate to our Jump for Change initiative, and all the money is going to go to help the Palmetto Women's Center, which is a pregnancy center in South Carolina, in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It is the last stop before they get to North Carolina and Charlotte, which, as you guys know, the new law went into effect July 1st. So we are down to 12 weeks, but that's still 12 weeks of human beings that are being slaughtered in abortion facilities. So Palmetto Women's Center is the last stop. So we want to help support them. And there's people who come from South Carolina that are going to pass that. And we want to be able to help them reach as many women as possible. So those are the announcements, I believe. Yeah. So Isabel, how have you been? Anything new and exciting going on in your life? Talk to us. Tell us. Tell all the girlies. We want to know.
Absolutely. Well, first off, thank you so much, Mel, for having me back on. Honestly, I've missed you guys so much. Those Other Girls podcast has been literally a blessing in my life, and I really feel like a calling, excuse me, to just kind of reach women and excuse me, guys. I'm just gonna no, okay, I'm not joking. No, but really, it's been a blessing to be on this podcast. No, you're so bad. And just share my life with y'all, and have an opinion with Mal has given me this platform, so I am thankful. So anytime I get to be on this show, okay, I'm like show because this is
Yeah.
anyways, anytime I get to be a part of the show, it's just really fun, and we always have a good time. So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, this last like 6 months of 2023 have just been a roller coaster. I think that's just the best way I could describe it. I just took some time off, and then just ended up going through a few things in life, ups and downs for sure. I definitely think that, through it all, just God has been really present in my life, and the break has been much needed, but I did miss you guys, and I'm kind of ready to get back on and hopefully be on more of the shows. So if you like having me here, make sure to comment and like and subscribe and tell Mal so she can have me. But yeah, I mean, I think one of those things that just big life changes, I guess, would just be like I started my new job. So I quit my corporate job back in April. I don't even know if we had a chance to record that episode. But anyways, I quit my corporate job in April, and then I was pretty much fun employed for like 2 months. Then decided to get back on the job search, and I ended up getting a few offers, which is really exciting. And then, which I think, by the way, we should do an episode. And I know there's other young girls like graduating college and maybe starting their job, or just want some insight into what that looks like, building your resume, all that good stuff. Not that I'm an expert,
Oh, we
but
should.
I've done it a few times now. And so yeah,
Right.
it's been really cool. I had a few offers on the table. Ultimately, felt like this, opportunity was best for me, and so I started my new job last week. So it's been I just finished my first 2 weeks on the job, and it's been really fun. Everyone's really nice, and I'm back on my corporate queen stuff. So it's been a
Yes,
lot,
queen.
honestly, just with family, work, obviously trying to get back into the whole social media thing. Um, which with your brand, it's like it's nice because you can always take those breaks if needed, or go into other things. So like podcast and Instagram. Now we got threads, right? So which I actually
Ugh.
like, by the way. I know there's like mixed
Oh,
reviews or
okay.
whatever. But yeah, that's kind of everything that's been going on. Obviously some personal things I'm not really ready to discuss, but overall God is good. We're here and I'm happy to be back. Back to you,
Yay.
sis.
Well, I'm happy that you're back. Isabel is always a good laugh. We and so your first episode that you co-did was about a year ago. It was after July
What?
4th. So it was around this time. And I don't want to encourage everyone to look back. Those first two episodes were atrocious. Not because we weren't funny and it wasn't a good show. The audio quality was absolute trash.
The growth.
Um,
Growth though.
the growth. I mean, the fact that shout out to Freeman, thank you so much. The fact that if there
Yes,
is
girl.
any glitches or anything like that, Freeman will be able to like help that. I mean that right there is just growth upon growth. But um and for those that don't know, what it was I my previous like consistent co-host, she no longer could do the podcast, and I was going to do, and I still would like to do more of this, but have different influencers that are Christian and conservative and whose values align with those of the girls. So not just anybody whose claims are influencer that's Christian conservative, but people who I knew had the similar values. I wanted to have them on the show. I would so every Teacap would be someone different pretty much, but that's way harder than you would think. Especially because we can't really film or record these months in advance. Like there's some podcasts that are super consistent because they can film multiple in a day, but like if we're talking topical, I need you, like you gotta be. So anyway, so I was like, well, let me ask Isabel. Like, when Isabel and I hung out last year, the whole time we were laughing. Well, maybe there was like maybe one or two times where it wasn't really a laugh. It was like, hey, what was that? Urgent care? Can you open up? So that's not funny. But like other parts, we laughed the entire time. So I was like, you know what? She'd be a good co-host. So I reached out to her, and then literally, so I was like, okay, I guess she did it. I don't know
Blushing.
if she'll like ever do it again. And then literally like a couple days later, or maybe even that same day, you were like, "Hey, so when's the next one?" And I was like, "Okay, I mean, if you want to keep coming on, like, I'm not mad at you. Like, I appreciate you really." So that's how Isabel
You're so
came to
funny.
be.
Thank you. I love that. Honestly, our story. I'm like our story, like we're a couple. Um, yeah,
Our
it's
growth.
been crazy. From urgent care to podcasting to taking naps in the hotel room. Good times.
Yes, good
Which
times.
took me
Good
so
times.
long to get over that pinky healing, I swear, girl.
Yeah,
And I'm so
I
sad that we couldn't
know.
go to the Point USA this year. This is my first year in 2 years I didn't go, but obviously, hopefully, there's some more events, and then we'll be able to go. It's always so fun.
Yeah, and events that we can throw ourselves too. That's something I really want to get into, do more with those are the girls, is creating some of our own events and like just really building community. That's not to like throw it back in, but like that's why the app is so good. Because there's some good conversations going on. And people commenting and like kind of sharing how they feel about this and that. And the app is free. It's free. So yeah, so really quick before we get into the story, I want to like share what I did the day before we recorded this. I'm not 100% sure when this will come out soon, but not like tomorrow. So the day before we recorded this, I went to a Taylor Swift listening party. And here's the thing. I'm not like a big Swiftie. As a matter of fact, I knew maybe like one fourth, one fifth of the songs. I know the hits. Like if it was on the radio, your girl knows it. But that, that was fun. The part that I really want to talk about for like 2 seconds was it was mainly girls, obviously. And it was just so fun. Everybody was so encouraging. Everybody was like hyping each other up in their outfits. I mean, we all looked so cute. It was just such a good, fun environment. And I left, I was like, I love being a girl. Like I can't imagine being a guy. That must
Right?
suck. Like
Seriously.
I
What do you
love
do?
being a girl.
Girl,
Yeah, like
same.
how do you have
I'm happy you had
fun?
fun. I saw your stories. I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
are we gonna do this podcast or not? Because you're having a little too much fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, you ready for the stories?
Yes.
Clink. Okay, so we have a lot of stories. It is a very pop culture heavy episode. Our first story is something that everybody's been talking about, and I don't know if they'll still be talking about this, but I want to share my opinion. Is Plain Girl. Um, I know that not everybody has seen the video, so I'm gonna play it. And just I think she curses, so just a heads up on that. But it's this video. So to give the context, because I sent it to actually Melanie, and she was like, "Okay, but what's the context?" I'm like, "There is no context. This is the video." So just for those who are not going to be able to see it, I'll link it so you can watch it. Is a woman. She is irate on a plane, and this just random passenger is recording. So here we go. I'm telling you, I'm getting this off, and there's a reason why I'm getting this off. You either believe it or you don't believe it. You think, but I am telling you. No. So I also want to add, I giggle when I watch the video because there's like when she goes, "This guy right there," and she points to the back. Everybody literally turns their head to look, which I absolutely would have as well. Um,
You know what's so
so I
funny?
just
The
go ahead.
comments. The
Oh, I
comments kill me.
know.
Girl, that was so much funnier than the video. They were like, man, they're like, I'm with Mickey Mouse because they said her voice sounded like Mickey Mouse. Oh my God.
That's a funny
I'm like,
one.
the internet is
I
so wild.
so wild.
But hmm,
Go ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
I just like the way my flight anxiety would have been. Like, I already get anxious flying. I would have been out. I don't care if she's lying, if someone paid her. Like, listen, I'm out. Take me with you.
Let me tell you, when my brother initially sent that to me, I was like, this is awful because the rest of the flight, there was nothing else I would think about. I would literally only think about
Right.
how this woman saw, and I was also joking. I was like, I need to be with someone who's very logical, like when I get married, because there's a
Yes.
part of me that I think I would have been like, she's right. We got to get out of here. Like I would have left with her. And that's not like I know like
We're
logically,
delulu.
literally, like I know logically like that's not like she's drunk or like she took like some sort of psychedelic thing. She's not being logical. But there's still a part of me
Yeah.
that's like kind of fantastical fairy like that's like she's right. Like we're sitting ducks. We have to get out of here. That man is not real. It's
Oh
just
my
such a
gosh. You know, those like
funny.
those scenarios like what how why like you never imagine it happening and then like it happened. Like imagine if you're on the plane, like, okay, we're going to Chicago or wherever the flight was going, and then this lady just like screams and you're like, really? Like out of all the flights I've taken, like this is the one, Lord.
Right.
Uh-oh. I would have been
Right.
scared. I'm like, psych. Psych. Even if I don't know, dude, it's so wild. And it's even crazier that people have all these like on TikTok, they have all these conspiracy theories, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't even know. I think some people just want to get like, I don't know,
It's
they want
fun
their
to
video to
believe.
go viral.
Yeah.
Right.
And like there have been people who made videos and then like if you read their caption they're like, "Oh, this is a joke. I wasn't there." And like
Right.
people obviously have been capitalizing on that, which is it is what it is. And like it's funny. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and lie and act like it's not funny, but I will say like
Yeah.
she probably was drunk or on some sort of drugs, but it's still like a, oh my god, like I'm telling you, like, wait, say that again.
I'm just thinking about it. Like these two
Oh,
big stories, like the submarine and then the girl, like
that's
I
such a
like
good
that's if you
point.
get on the internet, everyone's like they're like they just like make funny videos and they're like, oh, when someone has like a fake butt and they're like, I'm telling you right now, it's not real.
That's funny. I haven't seen one of those. Okay, I'll have to look. That is so funny. There's not really much to say other than like I wanted to share with you guys and like tell you guys that like I really there's a part of me that would have gone with her. I mean, that's my truth. There was a part of me that might have gone with her. Okay, so this next story is not funny. It's actually kind of sad how it's like progressed. And there's not an article or anything like that, so I'm just gonna explain what happened. Long story short, Keke Palmer and her boyfriend got onto a, I guess, internet beef, but
Yeah.
not fully. So I posted about this on the Instagram page. So if you are on the Instagram page, you've seen it, and then I'm gonna explain really quick. So Keke Palmer went to an Usher concert, and Usher, who knows better? He knows he should not be doing that to other people's wives and girlfriends, but he like did a very kind of sexual like dance, and someone recorded it with Keke, and she's wearing and like there's been more inappropriate things, but what she's
Uh-huh.
wearing is in like if we're being honest with ourselves, it is inappropriate. So
Right.
Keke Palmer's boyfriend and the father of her child commented, like he quote tweeted that video and said, "It's the outfit though, you a mom." So then everybody's like, "What? Oh my god, that's her boyfriend." So then he um sorry y'all. And then he tweeted
Okay.
this. "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." So he tweeted that, and then, you know, everybody had their opinions. But then I saw this morning, the day that we recorded this,
Mhm.
that Keke Palmer posted a video where she talks about how she's a mother and she loves being a mom. And people have investigated, and Homegirl has unfollowed him, and he has unfollowed her
No,
on Instagram. Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
not the unfollow.
I know. And I mean,
Wow, that's a lot.
that's huge. I mean, I can't think of anything worse. Like, that's huge.
So they're not married, but they have a kid,
They aren't married and they have a kid.
right?
He called, correct. He refers to them as as a family, and he refers to, I think he says like the wife and mother, something like that in the tweet. So a lot of people have had tons of opinions, and I think that there's that conversation of like, how
Yeah,
do you feel about him speaking out? But I do think, so we can talk about the elephant in the room. They're not married, and he knew who
right.
she was when she met him. So like that's interesting that she would think they were dating. So like he knew who she was, but I do think it so we can all have our opinion on whether what he did was appropriate or not. I don't think it was. I think that's something you text your significant other. You don't tweet it. I also think that another like kind of way to frame the conversation, I think, is next to dressing appropriately. Is there a certain way you should be dressing if you are in a relationship? Because a huge thing that people were saying, well, she can dress however she wants to dress. He's cramping her style. She is a queen. Why does she have to care about how she dresses if she's just dating somebody, or even if she's married? That's like some of the conversation. And my question is there a certain way as Christians that we should be dressing in a relationship? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think discernment is a big thing and just being aware, being self-aware and just talking to your partner, right? Like you want to respect him. But also, I feel like it can't be too extreme, like, and then it can come off as like controlling. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that when you're in a relationship, you do have to respect your partner. I don't think you should like stop wearing bright colors if you wear bright colors, but I do think there is a level of appropriateness. Um,
Right.
but we live in such a do whatever you want society that it's never, it's never, society's never going to tell you, like, everybody was always going to be on Kiki's side. Society as a
Right.
whole is going to be on Kiki's side no matter what. And once again, like, the way Darius said it was inappropriate, sorry, the way Darius said it was inappropriate, and yikes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I do think he had a point. It was an inappropriate outfit, and doing all that with Usher is a little inappropriate too, especially if you're in a relationship. So
Yeah,
I and
me
I feel like
personally, I'm not gonna do that.
right, and I feel like if I'm being honest, I feel like that probably had a little bit to do with it too. Like there's this Boondocks episode where Usher, so it's a couple's out on a date, and Usher comes in, and the girl's like fumbling, like, "Hi, I'm so and so," and like gushing over Usher, and Usher's like singing to her and everything. Like he's like, "Oh, and this is my husband, Tom," and it's like, come on, like that's a
And
that we
I think the
watched.
best thing, and I think the best thing you have to remember when you're in a relationship is putting yourself in other people in that person's shoes.
Mhm.
Would Kiki have liked it if her man was getting a lap dance from, I don't know, Beyonce or whatever,
Yeah.
Like, no, because don't even look at my man. I'm just kidding. But it's like, if you wouldn't like that being done to you, if you don't like that, what do you mean you can see other girls? No, you can't. Your eyes are for me. Like, yeah, if you wouldn't have like that done to you, like why would you do that? Why would you even get in that situation? That's what I'm saying. It's a very like you're don't dance around the line because it's just not gonna end up good. If you're already thinking, should I do this or not? You chances are you probably shouldn't. If you're thinking, should I wear this dress or not? Chances are you probably shouldn't, So
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna say.
that's facts. So let's do one last
Yep.
story. Um, and I wanted to do the story because we are both fashion girlies. The last story that I posted, not the other one. Um, so we're both fashion girlies, and we both like to be feminine. And I thought this is just a very interesting story, and I think we can just talk about this. This is from
Yes.
Brisbane Times. Living doll Margot Robbie can do better than dressing like Barbie. I'm already inflamed. Judging by Margot Robbie's red carpet looks for the upcoming Barbie movie, it's time to cross your fingers in hope of subversive take on the gender and body image issues that have accompanied the iconic doll as faithfully as Ken and Skipper since launch of 1959. So far, Robbie's promotional wardrobe of hot pink tributes from Masakino, Versace, and Prada reinforces stereotypes rather than challenging them. It demonstrates what's rotten at the core of last year's Barbie core fashion trend. Quote, the thing about how our story is constructed is Barbie can be anything, Robbie said. Barbie can be president, Barbie can be a Nobel Prize winner. End quote. Unfortunately, President, Nobel Prize winner, computer engineer, and NASCAR driver Barbie have failed to walk or do wheelies on the promotional trail. Rather than explore the infinite possibilities of the Barbie world, Robbie and her stylist Andrew McConnell have mined the hyper feminine looks of Pink and Fabulous Barbie in a polka dot Valentino mini dress and day to night Barbie in Versace. It's difficult to detect any attempts at irony through the layers of pink. They need to touch grass, they need to go outside, they are unwell. Because there's no reason for it to be that serious that you write an opinion piece about her outfits. I mean, what do they want her to do? Like come out in a space suit? Or like, Barbie astronaut on the red carpet? No. Like we want glam. We want to see the fashion. We want to see pink. Like I think it's just a true attack on, and I tweeted this, is an attack on femininity. I think that when women go into the workforce, when women go into predominantly male dominated spaces, I don't think we should leave our femininity behind. I don't think that we should um be, nothing against pantsuits, but 9 times out of 10 you're not going to catch me in a pantsuit. Not because I don't like pants or I think that it's wrong. I just, that's to me that doesn't feel feminine for myself. And I also don't think I look that great in pantsuits, but so I'm gonna wear a dress, and I'm gonna wear a dress with some color in it. I think it's okay. Like, we don't have to leave our femininity behind to be in this world. And I think expecting Barbie to, wear black pinstripe pantsuit and, sit up straight and, have more masculine type things is just ridiculous. Especially because it's supposed to be fun. Like, who cares? It's just supposed to be fun.
At the end of the day, people are just gonna hate no matter what. So if I was her, I'd be like, sorry, not sorry, can't hear you behind these beautiful clothes that are pink.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you're right, no matter what,
Yeah.
people are going to dislike it. People are going to be mad that it's too feminine. If it was too masculine, people would be mad. I think just sticking with the core of Barbie is she's feminine. The core of Barbie is she's cute. She's petite. She's
Right.
the girly. Like, that's the core of Barbie, and that's what you have to do. I think that's, just like to wrap this up, I think that that's just kind of shifting it a little bit, is that's kind of something that if you have a brand, if you have a passion, if you have something that's so important, just to always remember like the purpose of it and keeping with that core, just staying with that. And so yeah, so
Thank you.
ooh, bless you. I think that this guy is majorly jealous that he was so jealous and he's so unwell and he needs to touch grass
Sorry.
that he wrote this article about femininity, because it's essentially, it really is like the idea that there's also a line in there about like intelligent Barbie, the idea that you can't be intelligent and wear pink. That's so silly. That's silly. That's dumb. Your intelligence isn't linked
Right.
to your outfit. So anyway, that's my 2 cents about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we're very grateful for Freeman because I think she's going to fix them all. So make sure you thank Freeman in the comments for the help. And thank you, Isabel, for coming on. I'm really glad that we got to do this. And I'm glad we got to have these conversations.
I love you too.
And I love you. I love everyone that's listening as well. If you guys have any topics that you ever want us to talk about, send them over as well. And make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, however, wherever you're listening. Have a great night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Mel.